best of TV Burp, a look back at some of my favourite moments from previous series. Seal calls his friend Dave on life. Invisible horse on a place in the sun.
Well, let's get inside.
Not overlooked from anywhere.
And Patrick is a little accident on EastEnders.
First, I've got to go. Change my trousers.
You know when you get your spring roll mixed up with your cigar? Yes, celebrity wife swap is back. And stepping up to the plate were indeed husband and wife of 18 years, Paul Daniels and Debbie McGee. That's tragic. And Vanessa Feltz and, Ben someone.
She and Benafedu have been caught up in a whirlwind romance.
We've been engaged for precisely 4 weeks and we've really been properly going out in love and all of that for about 4 months, that's all, isn't it?
Hang on a minute, they're not even married. He's not a celebrity. It's celebrity wife swap, not non-celebrity fiancé swap. It eats at the very premise of the show. But who cares, as long as there's some arguments. Ben is 10 years younger than Vanessa, so how does the relationship work?
I think our relationship works because we both like to talk, and I like to listen as well and talk, and you like to listen and talk. And in fact, Vanessa talks more than me, but she also listens more.
You talk more than me.
Do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Just shut up, the pair of you, will you? Hey? Hardly get a word in edgeways. I'm sure a lot of us were fascinated to see what Paul Daniels is up to now.
And what about ambition? Are you still as ambitious as ever you were?
I really would like to be in a movie.
He was in a movie, wasn't he? Lord of the Rings. He played Gollum. Things didn't go entirely smoothly. Oh, good. You see, Vanessa's used to living in London with all the excitement therein. Madame Tussauds, London Dungeon, the Aberdeen Steakhouse. Yum, yum. And was a little bored out in the country with Paul. So naturally, she was thrilled to see anyone. Just imagine, you're a gardener, quietly going about your business when...
There is a person over there. Hello?
I could have sworn that's Vanessa Feltz.
I'm ecstatic to see you. I don't care what your name is or who you are.
Yeah, it is Vanessa Feltz. Leave it, Vanessa. Sure, you can manage without it for a couple of weeks. Dirty girl. Colin and Justin on the estate now, in which interior designers Colin and Justin take on the task of breathing new life into the Ardennes, a run-down estate in Glasgow. It's a tough job and creates friction, even between Colin and Justin.
I know what you want, and it's exactly the same as I want as well.
OK, so what did you just ask me there? What I want?
No, listen.
Let me tell you.
No, listen. The question I did ask you is how do we do it?
Can I answer that question
Yes,
then?
if you can answer that question, if you answer the question, how do we do this in the time frame, then I'm quite willing to listen.
Have you delivered the full question? Mm-hmm. Can I tell you, without you butting in?
Go on then.
I don't know what we can do.
Let's settle that then. Things get so heated, their assistant Roseanne even starts arguing with the ornaments. In this case, a trophy.
Do you know what I'm trying to do? Is I'm trying to get a job of work done. There's no information at all. Absolutely no input. Every time I come in here for a wee bit of input, I go out of line.
Which brings us to our TV highlight of the week.
TV highlight of
You've got the drawings for the computer workbench, haven't you?
Yes.
Just when you thought there weren't enough cooks on the box, up springs Nigel Slater with his simple suppers. So, Nige, what you got?
As the autumn goes on, there's still some wonderful figs about. And I like to bake these, just something very sweet and slightly alcoholic. My Tuesday night treat is roast figs with honey and masala.
Chase me. Nigel Tuesday night treat is a Chinese, 4 cans of Stella and Holby on the box. He does seem a bit of a mummy's boy, doesn't he?
If I put a little bit of anchovy in my pork meatballs.
I stand corrected. Nige visited an allotment to taste some nice fresh produce and was offered a bottle of homemade drink too.
Here's a special treat for you, Nigel. My own elderflower champagne I made from my elderflowers.
Linda, thank you so much. Thank you very much.
And it's really fizzy. You've got to be careful when you open it.
The old elderflower champagne can be fizzy, that. So be careful when you open it, Nige.
Stand well back, people. Oh.
She gave me a bottle, actually. I think I might have a glass now. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I have to be careful because it can be fizzy. Yeah, all right. Don't milk it. Yeah, they can be fizzy, those. Here, I wonder what Hitler would have been like if he'd been black with a white moustache. A bit like that, I suppose. This was Coronation Street, and Lloyd, after he'd been in a scuffle, he managed to cheer himself up by doing a Morrissey impression.
I was looking for a job, and I found a job, and heaven knows I'm miserable now. And I naturally fled in my life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You never lose it. You never lose it. Michelle told us about her new pets.
Doner kebab dogs snapping at me ankles and I can't run away because of the grease.
Yeah, she's got 2 new doner kebab dogs. They're the must-have pet for the naughties. I've got one too. All right. Do you want some salad? Come on, boy. Come on. There you go. Some onions. Go on, have a little bit of onion. Go on, that's it. Go on. Some chili sauce. Come on, chili. Go on. That's it. Go on. Yeah, go on. Off you go. Go on. Yeah. Nice to hear the pitter of tiny feet. Oh dear. Allow me one. I must say, I did enjoy part 3 of that Gandhi documentary. What was it called? The Gandhi, that's right. Oh, thank you. Yeah. I was fascinated to see an interview with his grandson who gave us an insight into how Gandhi would greet you.
He was a great tease as far as his grandchildren were concerned. He teased us no end. And his way of greeting us was to give a great thump on the back.
Yeah, he apparently... All right, Gandhi. Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I watched all 3 of the series Gandhi. So, what was its conclusion?
So, how much of an impact has Gandhi's economic vision had on today's India?
None.
Great. 3 hours for nothing. Emmerdale now. And Shadrach had his brains removed from the back of his head in a plastic bag.
What's that, Uncle
Brains. Isn't it annoying when a horse tries to listen in on your conversation?
But beyond that, I don't know. I just don't want to ruin anything by getting too serious.
Yes, to our not very good banner of the week.
Not very good banner of the week.
But my favourite thing on Emmerdale this week was that very rare thing indeed, a vicar fight.
Stop now, and you can leave with your dignity intact.
Hey, that's enough! Come on!
You have to go that one step too far, didn't you? Out! Out of my house!
Vicar fight! Contestant TV Burp. A monkey forgets to take coat hanger out on Monkey Life.
Even without his sharp canines, Emmanuel is still very...
German Paul Daniels on The Lost World of Communism.
Denn wir sind die das dann perspektivisch weiterführen sollen.
And Dirty Boy on Autumn Watch.
This week, my treat was to meet Bob Haycock, a man who's been studying chuffs for 15 years.
I bet he has. The dirty boy. The dirty rotter. We go now to the news with Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall.
Television chef Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall is calling for a mass revolt by Tesco shareholders over its sales of cheap factory farm chickens.
Yeah, this was Chickens, Hugh and Tesco's too, which saw Hugh continuing his campaign to improve conditions for chickens. And he has made some progress, as this spokesperson for Tesco pointed out.
We can say, yes, we are actually doing more to enrich the chicken's experience, if you like. At the same time, when we're building new sheds at the moment for our standard birds, we're building them with Windows.
Yeah, but is that Windows 98 or XP? What kind of graphics card are you using? Might be better off with a Mac. They're usually more user-friendly. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking you can't train a chicken to use a computer. Well, you can. By putting bits of bread on the keys, you can get them to do simple word processing, such as emails. Come on up. Come on. Up you come. That's it. That's it. Come on. Up you come. Yeah. Now. All right. Now, why don't you send your mum an email? Go on. To your mum in Norfolk. Go on then. Yeah. OK, right click. Yeah, that's it. OK. Now, you put in your email address on that, so it's mum at bernardmatthews.com. Good. Right. Now, you just put your message in. OK, now you press send. Well, let's just read that message, shall we? Yours sincerely, a chicken. We'll see you later. Yeah. See you later for a game of Tetris. Of course, Hugh isn't the only chef on Channel 4. No, they got a new one. Heston Blumenthal with his show Big Chef Takes on Little Chef. Now, I'm a big fan of Heston Blumenthal. I don't know what it is about him. Yeah, he's just got a nice look about him. He'd been asked in by Little Chef to try and turn around the business because, surprising as it may seem, numbers had been falling off in Britain's favourite roadside cafe. It's a shame because Little Chef has a keen and loyal workforce.
The lack of basic cooking skills leaves Heston stunned.
I realise I'm not looking for a cook. I can't try and find a cook within Little Chef. Because they're not cooks. They're not trained chefs.
They're not little either. It's nice to see that Heston is using freedom food, though.
Next, Little Chef's famous all-day breakfast, the Olympic, at £7.25.
It is massive. I don't know how many people can actually eat all this at breakfast. You have an outdoor reared sausage.
Yeah, the outdoor reared sausage. Yeah, because a lot of sausages are actually reared in terrible conditions. Isn't that right, Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall? Everyone likes a sausage, don't they? But probably what you don't know is that many of our sausages are kept in appalling conditions. Many of them cooped up in the freezing cold, with no natural light at all. In fact, the only time the light comes on is when the door to their prison is open. But often this heralds being plucked from their sausage families, cruelly attacked, and then placed still alive into scalding hot fat. I'm Hugh Fearnley-Whittingstall, and I'm campaigning for better conditions for sausages. Here at my River Cottage farm, I'm operating a far more humane sausage rearing system. My sausages have much more space, are able to roam around as much as they want, and have access to a skateboard. Each sausage has his own room, complete with latest flat-screen TV with Sky Plus HD and Wi-Fi internet connection. And And when the time comes for them to be dispatched, it is done humanely by me personally, when they are least expecting it. Please buy my River Cottage Freedom sausages, because sausages have feelings too. Isn't that right, guys? EastEnders now. And tell me, what does Pat look for in a fella?
What are the three qualities you look for in a man?
Present company.
Accepted, yes.
First, all his own hair.
Phew. Libby's dad Owen is out of prison. Yeah, I knew he'd be pleased, but he's still fighting those cravings.
I was stood at that counter, I don't know how long, trying to decide between the scotch and the rum. In the end, I decided on the bar of chocolate. But what I wanted was a drink.
What you need is chocolate liqueurs. Yeah. Alcoholic booze enrobed in a shell of dark chocolate. Oh, look, that looks nice. What's that? Elderflower champagne. Oh, let's have a look at that one. Oh! It can be fizzy. Look, it can be fizzy. Stacy's still in hospital, which caused poor Mum Jean to reminisce about times gone by.
Where were you at his funeral? That's enough. Your Lynn was there. She comes up to me in the crematorium. Dad's too upset about Mum to make it, she says. But he sends his best wishes. Best wishes. What could I do with best wishes? Jane! Could I put them on a plate and serve them to my kids?
Of course you can with alphabetic spaghetti. They're nice, those. But if I'm not so hungry, I prefer condolences. That's nice. Yeah, very nice. If I'm really, really hungry, what I go for is, thank God Pat doesn't fancy me. Very nice. I felt sorry for poor Billy Mitchell. His constipation finally came to a head.
Yes, all right. Now put the bag over it and pull it loose. Then seal it up and bring it down here.
Not really, no, he was trying to dislodge a wasp's nest. My mistake. I was surprised to see Dale Winton's passport photo turn up on the square this week. Surprisingly good likeness. Hey, you know what Dale says when he's ready to go on holiday, don't you? Bring on the home!
I've been looking for that everywhere. Thank you, Harry.
Well, enjoy your holiday. News. A landmark BBC show is back. Yeah, it was the show of 2008, a show that led the way in food-phobic documentaries. I can barely believe I'm saying this, but ladies and gentlemen, Freaky Eaters is back! Yes. And to kick off the series was Nikita. So, what is it that Nikita's addicted to?
When it comes to food, every day she faces a greasy choice. Between bacon...
Bacona!
Or burgers.
Bagona! True to form, then comes the time when she must turn her back on all that junk food and tip it in the wheelie bin.
Remove all the tin foods from your cupboards and fridge and throw them in the bin.
Serious?
That's what it says. Bye.
Au revoir.
I've nothing left in my cupboard. You know that.
Say bye-bye, Nikita.
To boost Nikita's confidence, psychologist Felix Economakis persuaded her to sing in front of a crowded shopping centre full of people. weird how you can split an audience down the middle. They're enjoying it. Them not so much. Yeah, the jury's out. Well, make your own minds up to Sing Sal from Freaky Eaters. It's Nikita!
Soldiers in a row, with eyes and liquor like ice and fire. The human heart.
Oh, Nikita, you will never know.
I'll never know how good it feels to hold you. Oh, Nikita, I need you so. I need you so.
Sean Ryder and Al Murray join Adrian Chiles on brand new That Sunday Night Show. That's tonight at 10:15. And after the news next year on ITV1, Torval and Dean are back to mentor a whole new lineup of celebrities with Dancing on Ice.